Hello, and welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon, and I am one of your hosts, and my other host is my best pal, Angelica. Angelica, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Shannon?
I'm wonderful. I'm excited to do this episode because we have a special guest, which is always exciting to have other people that aren't us.
I don't know. This is my first
Oh, this is your first time with
a guest on the
Wow.
show. I'm a little bit nervous
Okay.
about it.
Well, I think we'll be okay because our guest is none other than comedian, actor, producer, and dancer Chuck Maa.
Thank you for
Hey,
being
everybody.
here.
Hi. My
Hello.
name's Chuck.
Hi, Chuck. Thank you so much for coming. So before we get started on our topic for today, I have to ask you what I've asked all of our guests, which is what is your K-pop origin story? Or when did you first become aware of K-pop as a concept?
Well, I was born in the States and I moved to Taiwan when I was 9. And Taiwan has a lot. Asia kind of is dominated by K-pop in terms of music. There's obviously Chinese stars too, but a lot of Korean stars are very popular in Taiwan. So I kind of had it just around. And then peripheral, I would see I was talking. We spoke about this a little earlier. There was a
Off mic conversation.
off mic conversation. TVXQ, Shinhwa, these bands were around. I would hear them. I wasn't necessarily super into them, but they're just songs that would play on the radio. And then when I came to the States, I listened to mostly American music, Western music. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I started listening to K-pop more again. I was checking in once in a while, but I started listening to a lot, just seeing what bands are popular, and particularly because I would see React. I would see a React video or something to what kids react to K-pop, or
That's how I discovered K-pop was
yeah.
through a React video. So
yeah, so I would see these a React videos, adults react to K-pop, and then as a Asian man in America, you don't for a long time, and I don't know if it's better now or if it's getting better. I think so, but
Debatable.
Hopefully it is, but. Asian males aren't portrayed as necessarily attractive in media in general. We don't have any singers that are super popular here,
Right.
and that stuff. And so seeing regular people react to Asian K-pop stars in a way where they're oh man, these guys are super hot, or these guys are very attractive, was a really cool thing to see, and it made me feel good. I was wow, this is great that people are being exposed to this, because I grew up with it. So I know that it's true, even though it's such an insane thing to say. So
No, but representation matters.
It does.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, exactly. So it was cool seeing that, and then that's when I started watching K-pop, and K-pop was so different than when I was younger. The level of specifically the dancing was very impressive to me, and I had a lot of friends who. Not friends, but people I knew in the dance community who would go overseas and choreograph for them and stuff. So I would check out their choreography, and it's great. You know? It's amazing, and it's cool. And so I got into it through kind of that route. And have been
Were there
stuck
any
ever since.
specific groups or dances that you remember seeing and being whoa?
BTS's Dope was the first one that I saw that I was whoa, this is not the. I mean, there are obviously some parts that aren't as difficult because
it's that
they have to sing.
the chorus is
chorus
so cool.
piece.
Yeah. But when I was watching it, I was whoa, these guys are really good. They're really good dancers. And it was cool, and they do really good choreography, and it's a lot better than anything we have here in terms of, I don't even know if you have boy bands here anymore. But
No, we don't really.
Yeah.
And even the boy bands that have existed in recent years, they don't dance the way
exactly.
that they do in K-pop, for sure.
Yeah, especially, what was the last one? I don't remember.
One Direction.
One
Yeah,
Direction was the last one. They don't
just
dance
sang,
at all.
which is great. Singing
No,
is fine.
singing's fine, but I like a
It's,
dance.
it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, but it's really they're Spartans. They're born and bred to do this one thing.
Yeah.
incredibly.
And I read once that the way that K-pop stars like dance and train and work out is on par with Olympic athletes when they're in training. It's like that intense.
It's incredible because I like majored in dance, so I like stumped a lot. Like when I was dancing full time, it was a lot of hours and a lot of training. When I was in college, it was upwards of 8 to 10 hours a day. It was insane, but you can tell that that's what they're doing, and it shows in how good they are, because it's insane to me that they can, like when you watch BTS's new song, Idol,
yes,
you watch it and you're like, how are you still singing and doing this? Because it's very high impact, high
dances where people are like jumping the whole time or whatever.
And then continuing to sing, and like they don't sound out of breath. They're remembering all the words. Yeah.
It's like it's like incredible to watch, and it's, for me, it's just like an appreciation of the time they put into it. I just like I like very much appreciate and respect like the amount of energy put into it. You know, I'm not like super into pop. Like I listen to a lot of like underground hip hop or like funk music, but like I'll listen to K-pop because it sounds like, pop songs are fun to listen to, but also you get to see them do like this insane performance.
Yeah, you get to appreciate all the work that gets put into it.
It's really cool.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Really quick, like before we move on, I just like have to ask you about this on mic, because today we're going to be talking about variety shows, and this is not a variety show, but more a reality competition show. But can you tell us about America's Best Dance Crew?
I was on America's Best Dance Crew season 6 with my crew, Instant Noodles.
Great crew name, by the way.
Thank you. We thought so too. Actually, we were kind of stuck with it. We like chose it randomly. We were just like, let's just use this name when we were like younger, and we like would battle with it and stuff, and then it just like stuck. But it was the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. It was so stressful. You don't see this on the television, but you get like 3 days to choreograph the dance. Oh. And you have to run it through like producers and choreographers to make sure it's like good for the show. And then you do it. You get to do it twice when you run it like in front of the audience. And you do it twice, not because they want a perfect take, because they're looking for you to make mistakes.
Oh, they want to use the worst one. Oh man.
Yeah. So it's like very stressful. It was super fun. It was like one of the best, like craziest, best experiences I've had in my life, but also incredibly stressful. And I had really, really enjoyed doing it. It's something that I don't regret at all. But it was super fun. It was great. It was a good time. It was weird being on a reality show, and they oftentimes be like, "Hey, so what did you think about what did you think about requests their dance? Like, was it good? Did you think it was good?" Like they like try to like instigate stuff, which is really funny.
Stir up drama.
But it was great.
I watched a compilation of all of y'all's performances, and I loved them, and I loved how often you wore like crazy purple outfits. The Justin Bieber outfits with the wigs were like, that was really amazing.
that was maybe my it was like, out of all of them, there's like, I liked all of them except for the first performance we did. All the other ones I really, really thought we did a good job. But the Justin Bieber one was so funny because I remember the choreographer because we choreographed stuff, but they check in with the choreographer, and the choreographer's like, "Hey, I don't want to like bother you, but there's this crazy thing. Would you guys be willing to wear wigs?" And we were like, "Yeah, let's do it." Like we were like, "Hell yeah, let's go for it." So it was that performance I thought was really, really good.
It was really funny, and I just I came away from it just like wanting to ask. I just like, how do you like scoot on your head all the time? Y'all did so much to like head on the ground, and like I was like, why? Doesn't that hurt so much?
You get used to it. It's like people are. It's like surprising. The human body can do so much that people don't try. Like because we like grew up doing. I started when I was like 16, and like with popping, and then I moved to breaking later. And you just do it. You just see someone like, oh, you can do that. I should try that. Like you know. And it was it's just a lot of practice. That's the one thing with breaking though. It's like I was teaching, whenever you teach breaking class, people are really excited right away because they're like, oh, breakdancing. But then because it's so hard, people oftentimes will quit because it's different than like taking a dance class. Like you can go into a class and even if you're not good, you can still learn the routine and kind of do it. Breaking is like, you're not going to look good for like 6 months. Like you're going to need to train for at least 6 months before you kind of look okay doing it, you know? And it's one of those things where it's, people, it's kind of like ballet where it's like, you need to train for a while before you start looking like you're
like you know what you're doing. Yeah. So the crew Instant Noodles, is that a group of people that you have been dancing with since you were a teenager?
Yes. The main, me, Rob, and Gio were the main core of it. Like we started it in high school, and then the rest of the crew, they went to the same high school as us, and they like would break. And then when they came to, we all kind of ended up in Southern California. And then we were like, let's bring this guy in. Like he's from TAS. He's from our high school. Let's like get him into our crew. So yeah, we didn't know them, but like we knew them because they used to break in the high school that we were in, and some of them we knew. But it was there's that connection there.
Awesome.
Well, thank you very much for sharing. I just had to ask. And so, but now we can get into our episode. And what we're going to be talking about today is just a couple, because there's a million. We're going to have to do a part 2 of this episode someday. But
yeah, I mean, this could be like a whole podcast in itself.
It's true.
Because there's
so many
shows that aren't on air anymore, but are still really popular. Like we could go on forever.
But we're going to talk about Korean variety shows.
Woo!
And like, what is a variety show, like as opposed to another kind of show? It's an unscripted show, but it's not quite a reality show where you're like following someone through their life. It's usually games or fun or conversation, but it's unscripted. So it's like anything can happen on a variety show.
Yeah.
I guess that's how you
and there's kind of like different categories or different styles of them. Like some of them are more like interview heavy and some of them are more like playing games or obstacle courses or like
they always have a
take
theme.
you to the jungle and drop you there for 3 days or whatever. Yeah, they have a theme.
They always have a theme.
And usually an elaborate set.
Yes.
Oftentimes
usually a lot going on.
Yeah.
And then variety shows are huge. In Korea, they're like a big chunk of the kind of television that is on. And there are plenty of variety shows that have nothing to do with K-pop and don't have idols on them. But we're going to try to talk about how this relates to K-pop. And the thing about variety shows, I feel like they can make or break an artist's like public perception. Like idols who are good on variety, like they are famous like outside of their groups forever.
Yeah.
And then like idols who suck on variety shows don't get invited back and they like sort of like lose that like you can just get a lot of momentum from being fun on a variety show.
Get your name out there, but also you can sort of snowball it into different opportunities. Like, if you're charming on this variety show, then maybe M Countdown will ask you to be one of their MCs, or like you'll get to help host an award show or something like that. Like you could turn it into different things.
It can lead to commercial bookings. Like I think Jennie from Blackpink was on Running Man recently, and she had a clip of her being like, she was like went through like a haunted maze and got scared and like started crying, and it was like really over the top. Like no one, because she comes off as such a like when she performs, she's so like girl crushy. Like it's like really like strong and powerful.
Yeah, she's like tough.
And this is like her weak spot. So when she came out of it, she like, it was like so endearing seeing her just be like a normal person, and like she was so cute that I think that one clip has like 20 million views or something.
Yeah.
And like it I don't know about 20 million, but it definitely has.
It's got it had a
it'll
viral
be high out
quality.
there for sure.
So yeah, it leads to other things like Momoland is really good on variety, you know, and they are known for it. And you're right, like it definitely can rocket you into like other opportunities, but also can hurt you too.
Yes, if you're like bad on Variety, or you have a bad attitude on Variety, or you like I don't know, because they're
you
popular.
say something inappropriate, like I don't know, they're
Yeah.
unscripted. So sometimes maybe you let something slip, and like
Right.
if you don't already have the reputation to hold.
Yeah, it can be pretty scary.
Yeah,
For
And-
new groups, I bet it's
Yeah,
really
I
scary.
bet it's horrifying for new groups.
Yeah, because like we've said on this show a couple of times, like K-pop might be huge, but like when it comes to like the South Korean public, like most adults are like not getting involved in this fan shenanigans. Like they
Yeah.
hear the songs on the radio, but they don't like
They're adults.
participate in the K-pop world.
Yeah.
So idols being on variety shows can sometimes be the only exposure to the general public they're getting.
Yeah.
So, and then another interesting thing about Korean variety shows that I really like and how you can sort of spot them if you're watching is crazy amounts of text on the screen. Like almost all variety shows like
So
do
funny.
all the
Constant.
text on the screen. Wacky sound effects, like so many sound effects, or like fake audiences going like, oh, but there's like not an audience. That always makes me laugh. Songs, animations, like they're just very
Replays and like
Oh.
slow-mos.
Yes.
That really threw me for a loop the first time that I watched a reality show or a variety show. Not only was the text on the screen, like it took a while for me to sort of see around it. But when don't even remember what it was, but whatever it was had some kind of like instant replay, and they replayed the same moment like 4 times from 4 different camera angles. And it wasn't until maybe the 3rd time it played that I realized it was a replay and not just the idol doing it over and over and
yeah,
over
yeah.
again. Because
Yeah.
like I didn't expect it to be so heavily edited. Like,
Yes.
that's definitely not something that happened. I mean, variety shows don't really exist
Yeah.
in the same way for
Yeah.
American TV shows, but like
It's so you
reality
can see
shows,
everyone's reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
because the reactions are really funny, and that's like because I'm used to it because of growing up in Taiwan. The variety shows kind of have the same format and the same type of editing. So when I watched it, it wasn't like too weird to me, because you want to see it for the reactions. The editing just makes things funnier to me, and
Yeah.
it's like the editor being like, oh, this is like a funny joke I'm gonna put in here. It's just like, I think it's like really fascinating.
Yeah,
But,
I think it enhances the experience so much. And I know I've said this on the show before, and I don't know how either of you feel about this, but I think variety shows are great for learning Korean because of the repetitiveness and because of all the hangul on the screen. And like, there are so many people who like are fluent Korean speakers and say like, oh, I just watched Running Man and like took notes like obsessively. Like, I don't know. Have you felt like you've picked up like any Korean at all watching all this stuff for so long?
I mean, I pick up like some stuff, just like things people say, like "aigu," mostly like just like reactionary sounds. But I watch the variety shows with Mandarin subtitles.
Oh,
So it's I don't know if that has something to do with why it's not like registered, because I just watch it in Mandarin subtitles, and so some of the people's names I know in Mandarin, but I don't know like how people in America say the name.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. So like, because the translation from Korean to Mandarin is kind of like they just will do what it sounds like. So, but it's like not the same. It doesn't sound the same at all. So, like for example, like Singri, like from Big Bang.
Oh yeah, Songri.
Like, yeah, his name in Mandarin is Sun Li, which means victory. So it's like close. So like some names I'm like, oh, I don't remember. I don't know who you're talking about because I only know that person.
They're
in
like
Mandarin.
Mandarins.
Yeah.
They're Mandarin name.
that's so interesting.
Fascinating. I've never really tried to learn to speak Korean.
I know.
So I can't really comment onto whether or not variety shows are helpful. But similarly, I've picked up like certain phrases or words.
사랑해.
Yeah. Hotoke.
Yeah.
But if you don't have
Tteokbokki?
like if you don't have like a basic understanding of the alphabet, then like you know, it's not gonna help
that's
you.
true. That's true. But like I said on my Learning Korean for K-pop Fans episode, variety shows, they're good.
Yeah.
And one more person that I feel like, or one like general variety show thing I have to bring up before we get into specific shows is just Yoo Jae-suk.
Oh yeah, the nation's MC.
The nation's
Yeah.
MC. He's a like comedian, presenter, host, character, and he has hosted like 10 of the most popular variety shows of all time.
Yeah,
like
he's so
the
funny.
guy.
Yeah, he's very
he's
quick.
hilarious.
Like because I do improv, and as an improviser, watching variety shows is really cool because it's kind of the same thing. They're just doing like quick like bits and like finding like the funny weird thing in a certain situation, calling it out right away. It's very much like how they teach improv in the schools. Is like look for the funny thing, look for the unusual thing, and they're so fast and they're so quick, and it's like very cool watching that form of comedy translated in that way. And Yoo Jae-suk in particular is very quick. Like he's very fast, and everyone on Running Man is actually.
Yeah.
Like,
So let's
they
talk.
have a great cast.
Let's talk about Running Man. So some facts up top, and then we can just talk about it. But Running Man is on SBS on Sundays. It's been on since July 10th, 2010, and at present there are more than 415 episodes. The cast is currently Yoo Jae-suk, Haha, Seokjin, Kim Jong-kook, Lee Kwang-soo, Song Ji-ho, Jong So-min, and Yang Se-chan, and formerly it was Song Joong-ki, Lizzie, and Gary. They are not on the show anymore, but that's who's on the show now. And Running Man has been a lot of things throughout the years, but it's generally team-based games. Sometimes they're mind puzzles, sometimes it's running around an abandoned mall. Like every episode is different, though there have been patterns where they do the same games for like episodes and episodes, but it's just generally a rousing good time.
It's like whatever the producer can think of.
Yeah,
and
but
sometimes
it's usually like a physical challenge of some kind, I feel like.
Yeah,
it
there's
involves,
more physical challenges,
It's not just like a brain, like logic escape room. It's like you physically need to run.
Yes.
Like, wherever
You
you
actually
may
need
be.
to run.
It's I mean, the reason why it's called Running Man, I think, is originally like one of the main games was like tearing the name tag off people's backs.
Yeah.
And but it's because like the cast is older now. I don't think they can like do that as much, except for Se-chan and Sumi.
So-min. Those
So-min.
are the new ones.
Yeah. They're younger, but they're still like in their 30s. I think.
Yeah. I mean,
but
Jungkook is fit.
Jungkook, I am like highly invested in that guy's love life, and I want.
He can't be alone anymore.
I'm like, you need to get married.
He needs a lady.
Yeah, I'm like so invested in like his personal like happiness.
I know. It's so.
You're welcome
crazy.
here anytime.
Yeah, anytime there's a love line with him, I'm just like, please, just do it.
Yeah.
Just be happy.
Make that move.
Yeah.
I weirdly enough have not watched Running Man since the cast changes because I have Drama Fever Premium, and if you have, this is not a plug for. I mean, this is a plug for Drama Premium. They're not paying me, but if you have Drama Fever Premium, they have every single episode of
Also,
Running Man.
Drama Fever, please sponsor.
Yeah,
this
please
podcast.
sponsor us anyway.
No, yeah.
But my husband and I have been watching Running Man from the beginning. So we're in like mid 2013 right now in our like watching. So we've been watching every single episode for like a year and a half. It's just like, it's taking a while.
It's gotten really good lately. For a while, there was like, I think the ratings dipped, but recently the ratings have been like really, really good.
Yeah, that was something I wanted to mention because there was like a bit of drama.
Yeah,
what year was it?
It was fairly recently. Didn't they say it was going to be canceled?
Yes.
And they brought
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah.
It was
decided
like
to not do that anymore.
I think it was like, let's see. Someone got
Gary, right?
Yeah, Gary left, and that was like weird, and then like the main producer left the show, and they fired Jungkook and the girl. Why can't I think of her name right now? Jiho. They like fired Jiho and Jungkook. And then everybody was like, and then I think everybody else like quit in protest, or they were gonna. It was like there was a lot of weird, and it seemed like the show wasn't going to come back, and then they like got a new producer, and they like welcomed back the people they'd kicked out, and they apologized, and like I don't know, it was a whole thing, but it's like back to normal again with the exception of there being no Gary.
Yeah,
but it was weird for a minute.
And it was weird for the audience too for a while, but then I think recently the ratings have been really good. I'm also like highly invested. I'm highly invested in all their lives. Song Ji-ho should also. I mean, I don't know if she's looking, but she should. I hope she finds someone nice too. But oh man, she's so beautiful.
Yeah, and they treat her like crap. That's like one of the only parts of the show that I like don't love is that like she's the only girl, which is like annoying.
No,
it's that. I'm living in the past.
Yeah.
I'm like living in old Running Man episodes where she's usually the only girl unless they have girl guests.
Yeah.
And if they have girl guests, everyone else is so excited about the girls.
I think that's part of the joke.
I know
though.
it is.
Yeah.
I know.
It's that everyone knows how beautiful and great she is, and then part of it is that it's funny that because they also are like a family, so they aren't
they
as
gotta razz
they're
each
not
other all the time.
they like I mean they were like everyone like burns like they like roast each other all the time, like
That's
everybody.
true.
And I think that's like part of the appeal of it. Like Sung Ji-ho like can dish out just as good as she can
That's
take
true.
it.
Oh man.
So
and
it's
she's
good.
like so much better at the games than most of them. So like she has the last laugh. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any like favorite Running Man episodes? Because I for sure do.
I don't know if I could name any particular episodes off the top of my head, but Running Man is like the first variety show that I think I ever watched, and I remember thinking at first that it always took place in like a muddy field because the first few episodes that you showed me that had shiny on them or something, like they were always running through a muddy field. But
how
those
cute
episodes,
does Taemin look running through a muddy field, though?
I
So
mean,
cute.
he looks great. They all do. Everyone looks great coated in mud.
One of my favorite episodes, and I think it was like the first one I ever watched, I like wrote it down so that I could recommend it. It was going to be my recommendation, but I jumped over that, so I'll have to find something else. Anyway, this is an episode from September 8th, 2013, and it's either episode 129 or 162, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But it had 2 p.m., Sistar, A-Pink, Infinite, Beast, M Black, and Girls' Day all on the same
I know which
episode.
episode you're talking
And at the beginning, they all, like, each member of Running Man gets paired up with 2 members of each of these groups, and they get out of vans and then they walk down a red carpet and they have to do some of their choreo. And Jungkook is with Sistar and he does the leg dance, the expectation or and it's the best. And yeah, that's just like a really good episode with a lot of great people on it. There's the 2 p.m. one from a couple years ago where everyone's shirts got ripped. They bought the flimsiest shirts.
When they were playing the name tag game, right?
But before that, when they were on it happened all through the episode. Like on the seesaw game, they were they jumped and they ripped the whole back of someone's shirt off. And then in the mud, they all their shirts got all the way ripped. It was so great.
What a strange coincidence.
I love that one where Girls' Generation is running in the mall and Mino's trying to catch them in the red
that one's very
suit.
funny.
Oh my God.
The second time they come on is really funny too. With the second Girls, they came on last year, I think. And that one was pretty. Girls' Generation is just great. So.
Yeah,
they're very entertaining.
I just found this on the Wikipedia. Some idols who have been on Running Man the most times. Hong Jin Young, the trot singer that we've talked about, she has the record at 15 episodes.
She does a love line with Kim Jong Kook.
Yes, they always pair them up and do winky face things.
Maybe
Younghwa,
it's real.
Maybe.
I mean, I like her a lot.
You support it.
Yeah, she's a trot singer. Right? She's so cute, and if you see her on other shows, she guested on how do you say it in English? My grown up little boy. It's the one.
The one with the moms, where the moms watch them.
Jungkook,
I can't remember what that's called.
But Jungkook's on that one, and Hongjin Young guested, and you see her interact, and she's just great. She's just such a hardworking lady. She also has a PhD in math.
Yeah, she's really smart.
Yeah. Oh, business.
I love her.
Crazy.
I loved her on We Got Married, but We Got Married will be its own episode.
We'll have a whole episode.
More Running Man idols with lots of appearances. Younghwa from CN Blue has been on 12 times.
Wow.
Nikun from 2 p.m. 11 times. Seungri from Big Bang and Suzy from Miss A tie with 8. appearances.
Sungri's on right now.
I saw all the news articles this morning were like, watch Sungri dance around on this week's episode of Running Man.
Yeah, I watched half the episode before I left.
Wow.
But I didn't get to finish it.
Well,
but,
you're really up on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I watch it from like a Taiwanese website or like a Mandarin website. So they upload it like the day
Right
after.
away.
Yeah, you probably get it so much faster.
Yeah.
So don't have to wait for English subtitles.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Sometimes I wonder if the translation is right because I watched an English subtitle one and the Mandarin subtitle, and it's like kind of the same, but like there's like some things that aren't exactly the same because I think Korean and Mandarin have not closer language, but like language references. Like certain things, like I feel like, oh, I know what they mean here, and here that's not what they mean. Like it's like close enough though.
Interesting. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess Running Man, it's a classic. It's a really good one.
Yeah.
I think of all the things that we talk about today, like this is the one that I feel like all our listeners should at least watch an episode of. It's just so good.
I mean, honestly, go watch some compilation videos of like the top funniest moments or whatever.
Yeah, and the Wikipedia is very well filled out. So like if you want to see if your bias group or if anybody's like been on Running Man, you can probably find out pretty quick.
That's what I was going to suggest. Is like if you just want to jump in and find an episode where like, oh, that's your group and they're on it, then like that's a really fun way to get to know a new group if you're trying to get to know members. And also to just like fall deeper in love with whoever it is that.
There was an episode where they brought back the X-Men. You guys know X-Men?
That's the other Jae-suk show, the like older one.
They brought back like the cast from there, and they did like an X-Men Running Man episode. But Kim Jong-kook has like this like famous moment from the X-Men show that they make fun of him constantly for. But you know the Of Course game? Taenaji. Like the Of Course game, they play a game where basically like two people stand next to each other and then you say a statement and the other person has to say of course.
Okay.
But they can't get mad and they have to say of course.
Okay. I see.
And so Kim Jong-kook was this guy and he has a love line with this girl on the show who's there. And then I can't remember what he said, but he said to Kim Jong-kook something about another girl, maybe like, oh, you actually like this girl or something. And he has to say, of course, but so he goes over and covers the girl's ears and then says like, Taenaji, he says like, of course. And it like blew up. Like everyone like loved it. But the thing is like, oh, I can't let you hear me.
Yeah. No,
he's
adorable.
He needs to get married.
I know.
Kim Jong-kook, get married, please.
We have
deserve
to get
it.
Too many of the first generation guy idols are alone.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of
Kim
it.
Kim Hee-chul's alone, like a lot, like basically
Most
all
of
of Super,
HOT.
most of Super Junior.
All of TVXQ.
I'm just like
Shinhwa.
I was like,
Shinhwa has
be
one
married.
married member.
They
one.
need more of
I was
them
like,
to be married.
guys, like your fans don't care about that
Yeah,
anymore.
they're
like,
all grown.
Like all
They're
of
all
your
grown
fans
up.
are adults
Figure it out.
now. Like,
Just
come on.
Just do
Come
it.
on.
Be happy.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad for them.
I love how many of
I mean,
our
I'm gonna
episodes
die alone too, but-
end in a. I love how many of our episodes end with just the
Hashtag let idols bang.
yeah.
Okay. Next show on our list is a like required viewing for like K-pop fans, and that's Weekly Idol.
Yes.
This show is on NBC Everyone, which is a cable channel, and it comes on Wednesdays. It's been on since July 23rd, 2011, and at present there are 368 episodes. It used to be hosted by Jung Hyung-dan and Defcon, or Doni Koni.
Doni Koni, very funny.
Until February of this year. It is now hosted by Lee Sang-min, Yoo Si-yoon, and Kim Shin-young. Notable guest idol hosts who hosted for like long periods of time as well are Hee-chul, Hani from EXID, Bomi from A-Pink, and Il-hoo from B2B. And yeah, Weekly Idol is it's an idol focused variety show.
Yes, they're the ones who really broke down NCT 2018. They like had them on there and were like, okay, you need to explain this concept because nobody we're old and no one understands what's happening with NCT. So that episode is very helpful. It is on YouTube with English subs if you're still confused.
Was it fairly recent, right?
Yeah, it was kind of recent.
It was like one of the last like
it
Doni
was
Koni
when
episodes.
they debuted with NCT 2018.
Yeah.
Like when they're like hello, we have 20 people in this group. And everyone was like, what? So they went on Weekly Idol and explained it. I love so many things about Weekly Idol. They have a sketch on it, I guess, a segment there that we've recommended a lot is either their like random play
2x
or
dance.
2x dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are always super fun to watch.
An interesting thing about Weekly Idol, or just like that just like I feel like cements it as so like iconic in my mind, is Weekly Idol takes place on a completely bare white set. They're just in a white box, which is super funny when they dance because you can't see the end and people fall a
because
lot.
it's not just a white box, like it has curved
Yeah, it's
edges,
a
so there's
studio
so
thing.
there's no real corners, and they will always like,
It's so
especially
funny.
when it's like NCT or some crazy group that has like 20 people
17,
in
they're
it.
like leaning
Yeah,
on it.
they like end up running into the wall. It's hilarious.
I think like what you're saying, like idols like blow up because of Weekly Idol. A lot of, I think GOT7 was the first male group to do a 2x dance.
That sounds right.
GOT7 and BTOB. I think there was an episode. That was a great episode if you guys want to watch it. It's like BTOB, GOT7, Twice, and G-Friend.
And G-Friend? Yes. And they're all in the
All in one
stools in the
episode.
circle.
They had to do 2 episodes, but it's a part 1, part 2. It's very funny. One of the like, it's hilarious. But like GOT7 like killed their 2x dance, and it like kind of like, blew up for them. And also G-Friend was very like, I think they were their first. Were they the first to do it? I don't know.
That sounds right if it was all on that like one episode.
Yeah, but G-Friend did one before.
Oh, okay.
But they like also killed it, and that's
They're
like
such great
yeah.
dancers.
So like it's very, very clean. They're very clean dancers.
I love a 2x dance. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I do feel like I just like the history of Weekly Idol. It seems like, I mean, this might have had something to do with, because the reason that like Donnie Coney left is that like the company that owned Weekly Idol just sold it to another company, and the new production people were like, we're changing everything, and like got rid of the whole staff. But before that point, it seemed like, I don't know if like something happened to the budget or what, but in old episodes, they would tell the idols like, oh, play these games or do truth or dare with us, and we'll give you steak, or we'll like buy you dinner, or we'll give you these gold necklaces. And then in like the last season of Donnie Coney, people would be like, if you win the game, we'll ask your CEO nicely to buy you something, or like,
Or if you win the
credit card game?
you can take something out of one of your members'
purses.
Yeah.
and you get to keep it.
they like didn't have. I was like, what happened to the prize budget?
Or like,
That's probably why they had to sell the company.
Yeah.
probably. I mean, at a certain point, there was who was it? It made me. I remember it made me so mad. Was it?
Oh, Red
EXIT?
Velvet. They
No,
told Red Velvet, if you do this well, you can go fix
We'll
your
let
makeup.
you fix your makeup. And I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I was so
I do like Red
furious.
Velvet though.
I love Red Velvet, but they deserve more than just a chance to fix their makeup.
Yeah.
Give those ladies some steak.
But Donnie Coney are also do Idol Room now.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the next on my list, is like in the same vein, because Weekly Idol's still on. It has 3 hosts. They've had to change some of the games up. Like now they do roller coaster instead of 2x, which is funny, where the music gets really fast or gets really slow. So that's fun.
But like whenever that major shift happened and they came in, they were like, we're firing everyone, we're changing everything. It's pretty much still the same
Yes.
show.
It's the same
like,
show.
The set is the same. The games are essentially the same.
The hosts
like,
aren't as good because they're. I mean, like Donnie Coney had so many years to get good at it.
Yeah.
But they're not as good. But they do let I feel like the idols do more stuff in the show now.
Yeah.
I think that's what, like makes or breaks a Weekly Idol episode. It's just like sort of.
But the thing with
how
Donnie
the
Coney
group-
is like they're always good because they'll even if the idol team is good, they'll make it funny.
Yeah.
Like, which is why they were people were so mad that they left.
A lot of people don't like them, though. Like, there's also like a huge faction of people that just think they're mean and they
Yeah.
need to be more precious to their idols, and they like don't make fun of my idols, don't like cut off my idols when they're talking, like be precious to them, and they're not that way. So
But that's kind of the.
I think
I feel like
I
that
feel
is
like-
their shtick,
Yeah.
and I think it works. Like especially in the for example that NCT episode, I appreciated that one of them was I don't know which one is
their
which
names.
but no I mean the host.
Oh, sorry.
I know like 3 NCT names, so excuse you.
Okay.
Making progress.
DEFCON is the one with the who wears sunglasses.
Okay, so
inside.
he sort of started to get it, and then the other one was like throughout the entire episode would just shout out, I still don't understand. I appreciated that.
Yeah, they're good at bringing back bits. They're like, you know, they're like I think they're good MCs. I think they can get a little like rude, but it's like funny.
I also feel like that's just kind of like a part of like Korean TV culture or just like Korean fun culture that I don't, is that it's kind of mean. There's like not mean, like, I don't know. There's just like
Knowing Brothers is a good example.
Yeah, I think it's so funny because it's also that sense of humor is in Taiwan also.
Okay.
And so I think it's like very funny. Like, but I also, you know, I'm not, hopefully I'm not a mean person, but,
no, I mean, mean is probably too strong a word. I don't know. I just feel like there's kind of like,
more like biting.
Yeah. Like nobody is ever kissing anyone's asses on these shows. Like everybody does like to joke around and like burn
Dig
everyone.
each other.
you got to think of it as a roast, like the whole time.
Yeah.
And also, but just like another thing that makes me think that maybe this is just a cultural thing I don't understand is that like any and all pranks that have ever been done on any Korean television show result in people crying. Like the point of playing a prank on someone or the hidden camera, that's what they call it. It's just to like make people cry.
The hidden camera thing is really interesting. It's not like they don't like scare you or anything. They'll do things that like make you feel sad and got you like
yes, and then as you're crying because you thought they couldn't make it to this important thing, that's when you appear and you're like, haha, just kidding, like just made you cry.
It's much different from hidden cameras here.
Anyway, so Idol Room is where Doni Coney went after they were kicked off of Weekly Idol. This show's on JTBC on Tuesdays, and it's only been airing like for a couple months. It was the replacement for Weekly Idol. I do like Idol Room a lot. It's like, it's still really new, so you like see it shifting and changing every episode. But an interesting thing they do that no one else does is all of the show is also streamed on VLive. So they do this thing at the beginning of every episode where the idols lay in a circle and they spin a camera around, and whoever gets picked to like spin the bottle style, they will get the episode released on VLive with just them on camera. So whoever wins gets a full episode of just them.
Yeah,
and
so
no
like
one else.
one of the cameras in the room is trained on a particular member for the entire episode.
Yeah.
And then, so it's like multiple versions of
and they like win extra camera time.
But the format of the show is basically the same as Weekly Idol. Like it interviews and then like a few fun games, and they do like a dance game or whatever that's really challenging. I watched one with 17 on it, and the dance challenge was that they had to do there were 5 different cameras set up on the set, and so
they repeat the killing part.
No, they had to.
They do that as the intro. They repeat the killing part, which is on the 17 episode. I wanted to die. I did not want to hear that 13 times. I was like, I can't.
I know, and that was I agree.
What was the one you were talking about?
But so they played this game where they were going to play, it was kind of like random play, but instead of changing the song, they changed where the center of the formation.
Yeah, because like camera 5 is back here and 1 is over there.
And then one of them is on like a dolly and it
cool.
moves. And so the 2 hosts would just shout out okay, it's going to start at number 1. So they like set up, and then as they're dancing, it's like number 4, like number 3, number 6 or whatever. And they have to like run and then change the formation to figure out like where the new front is. With a group like 17 that has difficult formations and also so many people, it was a mess.
Yeah.
But it was really entertaining.
They do one where it's called leads, and it's called attention, stand at attention.
Oh my God, yes.
Where you have to keep your hands to your sides the whole time, and it looks so funny.
Red Velvet did
I haven't seen that
Dum Dum, I think. And they had to try to...
Twice.
It's a dance challenge.
Yes.
Where they have to do a dance without moving their arms.
Yeah, well, they're not even without moving their arms. Their arms would have to be like stuck to their sides.
like they're glued to your sides.
It's very funny. Red Velvet did Dum Dum, Twice did Knock Knock, and like they were...
And all the choreography to Knock Knock is this, so I bet that was really hard.
It was very funny. But Twice's episode was really good, and so was Red Velvet's. I think it's a pretty... I think they're filling it out, but I think it's going to be...
I think it's good. I think it'll be a good show. So this next one, we don't know anything about, but you watch it, Chuck, so I wanted to hear about it. This show is called Life Bar. It's on TVN on Thursdays. It's been airing since April 2017, and it's the only rated R show on TVN because people drink And so it has to be for adults only.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a disappointing reason for it to be rated R, but okay. Tell us all about it.
I like it. I like Life Bar because drinking is such a huge part of Korean culture. It's like people go out and will drink with shoju with like their friends all the time. And Taiwan kind of has that same type of similar kind of cultural touchstone. So when I was watching it, it's just cool. And the thing about the show that's different to me is that they just invite guests in, they sit down and they just like talk about life, and they'll maybe get a drink that they recommended or have a bartender make a drink that they think is good for them. And they just talk about life, and it's just like really cool, like hearing them talk about like the struggle, like if for this episodes that specifically for idols, it's cool to hear them talk about like the struggles of being an idol, or like why, like how they feel, and even some of them even talk about like people like they've dated. Not they don't name names, but they're like
yeah
like,
that's what
and
I
it's
know.
always in the past, like past relationships.
That's what I always know like that's what I know about Life Bar, is that it's like the show that I just see articles about like people saying things like so-and-so said this about their ex-boyfriend, or so-and-so said this about their former members, or like Life Bars where like shit comes out.
And because they're drinking in it.
Yeah,
like, it's like fun to watch.
I saw a clip when I was Googling of your boy Eric Nam, because he used to be one of the hosts of it, and somebody asked him like, Eric, when was the last time, like when was your last kiss? And he was like...
No comment?
No, he said, this week.
Ooh!
And then everybody was like, what? So like, you know, stuff like that comes out. So,
get it, Eric.
So it's fun. Like, it seems fun. I really meant to this weekend watch the episode that Mino and Key were on recently, like just to get an idea of the show. But I didn't have time.
Is this an episode? Is this the show that takes place on a rooftop?
No, it's like in a bar.
It's in an actual bar.
It's like like, it looks like a bar, but it's like, I don't know if it is actually a bar, I think. And I mean, it was how I found out about why Heechul doesn't promote with Super Junior when they like release an album as much. It's because he shattered his knee like when he was in a car accident very early on in his career, and he like shattered his like leg, and so his leg is like all bolted, like there's like a bunch of like pins and bolts in it, so he can't dance like as like hard as it requires for like the hours and hours of time that needs to be put in to be a K-pop boy band like dancing. Yeah. And so like there's an episode where he was like where he like had to wear sunglasses, and they're like, oh, why are you wearing sunglasses? And he's like, oh, I was crying because like we were there. It's like when Super Junior released Black Suit last year, and like he was like, oh yeah, they kept having to change the choreography for me, and he talked about how he felt bad, like felt like he was like gonna he was like scared he was gonna make the team the crew the group look bad, and he was like, and he hates crying on like shows, and he spilled his guts about it, and it's like you would never have found out about this unless you like watched the show. And then they had the Super Junior team members come on, and they discussed it. They were like, because they were like, we didn't know that he felt that way until we watched the episode. Aww. And so it's like those type of episodes that are like really cool. And then obviously there's like funny moments, like when they it's just like I think if you're not just, I don't want to say not just, if you want to like really like hear like the human side of like being like a K-pop idol, I think a lot of times it'll come out on this show.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Heechul's he is also a bit of a variety star. He's on so many shows.
Very popular.
And the next one on our list is another one that he's on, which I have seen clips of this show, but I haven't watched it, and that's Super Junior Super TV.
Oh, yeah. It's in its second season. It's only been out for like a year or something. But it's Super Junior is like known for their variety ability. And just recently, more people have gotten out of the army, like Dong Hae and I don't know how to say it. Yeah,
Dong Hae looks good now. I never thought he looked good.
Really?
But now I do.
As we said last week in our episode,
army
coming back from
does-
the army is how you get as hot as possible.
it works for me.
I mean, they're straight.
It works
They're like
for me.
they look like men. Like they're like
Yes.
like straight up men. Like you
And
know?
I like his long curly hair and
Oh, yeah,
that
you
like kimono he was wearing on Pete's kitchen or whatever.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah, and he's like, and so they finally got like a lot of the members back, and so they gave them. They're like, Super Junior, what do you want to do? The first season was them like copying other shows, but doing it like just them.
Okay.
Which was really funny. And then this season is like very just like a variety show where they have like idols come on, and they just like it's like Super Junior versus this like idol group coming
Right.
on. And it's they're so entertaining to watch, and I think I connect with them more just because they're closer to my age. So it's like fun seeing like like people like my age like enjoying themselves
Yeah.
and like killing it and like still singing and dancing. But also it's like they have like old person humor.
Yeah.
like not old person, but
They
like
like dad jokes.
cheesier,
like
yeah.
adult joke humor. Like they'll. It's just like very funny, and when they like go against the other teams, it's like hilarious. Like I think it's a fun show.
Are they going against them in sort of like Running Man style games?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like usually it's the way their theme is like, okay, like it's like us versus them, and then they come on and they're trying to prove that they're liars. So they'll like write down like, oh, your special skill or whatever. Like you took Taekwondo, you can break the wooden blocks. Okay, we're gonna have this person. You choose who you want to go against, and it's like
Okay.
they'll choose somebody.
Yeah, it's on from the clips I saw of the Shiny episode, it's like on a set, like the Super Junior TV
The Shiny
set.
episode's
So
very
it's
funny.
not like Running Man where they're out
Okay.
at different
Yeah.
locations. It's like they're on the Super
it's-
Junior Super TV
Yeah.
set.
Okay.
The Shiny episode is very funny. And then it's hilarious. There's one episode, what's his name? Siwon?
Yes.
They're like breaking wooden boards, right? And then they went against a different person and he couldn't do it. He was but like Siwon came on, and then he's like does Taekwondo, and he's like I think he's like pretty buff.
Yeah.
And then so they had like
Hottest member in my opinion. But go on.
Yeah. But they were trying to they were like breaking like 4, and they were like barely breaking like through. They put like 8 together, and he just like walks over and just like smashes it and just like breaks it cleanly through, and it's like
Wow.
so crazy. But yeah, Siwon is great. He's a very attractive man.
Yes, he definitely is. And one
I don't know enough of their names to know.
he's like the
what he
hot
looks
one.
like. I know like 4 of their faces.
Okay,
Then send her.
Show me a picture. A good one.
yeah, when he has scruff. Here we go.
He's clean shaven right now.
This one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's beautiful.
So like
I think he also acts.
yes, he does. He's in a drama with Gongmyeon where Gongmyeon's the fucking second lead. of
Then I'm not
course.
gonna watch it. I'm tired of watching him not
the
get
second
the
lead.
lady.
Okay, we're running out of time, so quickly
Let's do this
let's
fast.
do Knowing Brothers, another Heechul show. We've
Yes.
talked about this a couple of times. This is on Netflix as Men on a Mission, and sometimes it's also called A Hyung I Know, and sometimes it's called like Ask Us Anything.
Ask us anything.
Yeah.
It's called a lot of things, but the premise of this is it's like Heechul is the only idol, yes, and then it's like some comedians and an athlete.
There's another
Oh,
person
there's one other
who,
guy.
like was in an older
He was in
Yeah.
Buzz.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's just like a bunch of dudes of varying ages who are all like at least
Yeah.
older than 30, but they're wearing school uniforms, sitting in a classroom, and then the idol groups come in and they're transfer students from a fictional high school.
Yeah.
And then they just like fucking shit on each other, and everybody gets to
It's-
speak informally, and they just drag everyone
It's
so much.
It can be so funny. Like there are episodes
Yeah.
where I've like, this is hilarious. It's
Sometimes it can be hard to watch, but other times it is hilarious.
My favorite person on the show, Heechul's very good on it. He's like very short. I can't remember his name right now. But he's like this short. He used to do Taekwondo. He's like a comedian, like a known comedian. He is I'm like, oh, you're a very good comedian. Like, he's like super quick, and he's always tries to do the funniest thing, which I appreciate.
I think, Lee Sugun,
Yeah,
the
Lee
like
Sugun.
little one.
Yeah.
He's really, really funny. But yeah, that show is crazy. Crazy things happen on it. The EXO episode. Like, do you want to know too much about EXO? Watch it. Baekhyun will tell you more than you ever wanted to know.
The Icon episode is really funny too.
I haven't seen that.
Girls' Generation. They did a 2-part Girls' Generation episode.
Oh my God, is that the one where Sunny was like, Heechul pretends to be gay to get girls to hang out with him, and she was like calling him out. It was great.
Heechul had such a good comeback though, but it didn't translate well in English.
Oh no!
Like because Yuna said something, and then Heechul said some in English. It's like, okay, then let's like not talk about it or something, or like. But the word in Korean is like similar to
so
the
it was
word.
like a funny like word.
Yeah, it's a play on words
joke.
But the word joke is a person that Yuna used to date.
Oh,
I was like, let's not talk. Like it was like,
wow, that's clever.
Yeah,
that's like
clever.
that. I feel like that is Heechul's point on that show, and like I'll admit, it seems like you really like him, and I think he's a nice guy, but like I usually referred to him as
nice
that
guy.
bitch Heechul because he because he
his
knows
character,
he knows
Yeah,
everything
for
about
sure.
everyone, and he's like so happy to make sure everybody knows that he knows everything about everyone.
but the thing is, people know about him.
That's
too.
true.
Yeah,
like
they
when
do.
Boa came on.
Yes.
Because Boa came on Life Bar too, and like let Heechul have it. It was like very funny.
Yeah, it is great to have Heechul on that show because he is a current idol, so he does know.
He,
I
like,
feel like
knows
he
everything.
plays sort of the main role. In,
He's like the
stirring
villain, kind of
shit
the
up.
villain role.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. But then there's this one basketball player who I guess owns a lot of real estate and is divorced because like that's what they love. Because on
The only thing they talk about.
my favorite is on the EXO episode, they keep trying to like prod Baekhyun to talk about Taeyeon. Like they keep wanting to be like, talk about your super public relationship, and he won't do it. And then he says like something like, I'm very sensitive.
keeps saying he's sensitive,
And the
yeah.
divorce guy goes, have you been divorced? Like, yeah, you had a breakup. Like, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
shut up.
It
Like,
was
it
so
was
I'm
funny.
sensitive.
really funny.
I also like he did it. Wait, what? I can't. I lost my train of thought. But he did. But yeah, it's so funny. I think it's funny when I like watching. I don't know. My sense of humor is also like can sometimes be like you should be able to
Roast people.
drag each other. But it's a very fun show to watch.
Yeah. A word of warning to anyone who does watch it on Netflix is that Netflix does not have the rights
dances.
to a lot of the music. Yeah. Well, so sometimes they still keep the dances in, but they change the
They
music.
put just like crappy elevator music on top. It's
I was
awkward.
watching this one episode that Tamin was on.
the shiny one.
I don't think it.
Because they try to make him do his like
It's the
sayonara
whole thing.
dance.
Yeah.
but they're
He does his
playing-
and they're playing like weird EDM music in the background. It's very jarring. But yeah, so just be aware.
Yeah.
If you watch it on Netflix, the music
It'll be weird.
doesn't match.
Okay, I think that's all we have time to get to today so that we can play our random game and go. Because we could do this all day and there are a million more
talk about,
variety
yeah.
shows. So I'll save them for another time. But a lot of the ones that we talked about today are available on Drama Fever, like I said. KBS's YouTube channel also has quite a few things. And Netflix has been getting more variety shows lately. So,
You can also watch them on Venmo too, but they're in Mandarin.
yeah, well,
Hey, if you read or speak Mandarin, then
you
for
can
it.
probably find that too. So, yeah, that was a little look into some variety shows. And we will be right back with our random game. And we're back.
Hey.
And the random generator this week picked Golden Child.
a group we actually know.
I saw
but not
them
very
at
well.
KCON in front of my face.
Oh, did you go to KCON?
You saw them walk by.
I was there also.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Well, we made it onto the broadcast,
Oh,
Yep.
screaming
great.
about 17.
That's great.
It was very exciting.
I saw twice when they did their little interview, like on stage.
Yeah, I saw Golden Child. They were teaching one of their dances in the dance
Oh, the
corner.
dance corner?
It was crazy.
That's insane.
So Golden Child is a boy band from Woolim Entertainment.
Yep.
They debuted in 2017, so they're newbies.
Super new.
Pretty brand new.
And there's 10 of them.
Okay. What is the age range of the members?
Let
They're
me
pretty
pull up
young, right?
their member
They have
profile.
to be like 16
One
to
moment.
19, I'm guessing.
16 to 19.
I'm
I just need to, before we watch whatever
Yeah,
it
I
is that
need
we
to
watch,
know.
I
Don't wanna be a
need to
creep.
know how old
Yeah,
they are.
we're
first.
very aware of not being creeps.
Very,
Do you feel that way about BTS? Jungkook is like 21?
Oh wait, when I said Jungkook is hot, I was talking about the old Jungkook.
No, I'm
like
just saying- I'm
Turbo.
just saying in
okay.
general.
We
I'm not a
don't
BTS
care
fan.
about
Yeah,
BTS.
okay.
I don't even know which one is Jungkook. I
Okay.
couldn't even tell you.
But Kim Jungkook is, he's like
yeah,
45.
yeah. He's
He's
an
like-
old man. Like, okay.
And he's like jacked.
Yeah,
He
he's
is.
huge.
Yeah.
He's beautiful.
Okay, wait. So the leader of Golden Child was born in 93,
Okay, that's not that bad.
and the Maknae
So 20
was
21.
born in 94.
No.
93?
93. He's like 25.
23.
25.
25. You're right. I'm bad at math, guys.
He's 25. I'm a teacher.
Yeah, okay.
Math is hard. The Maknae was born in 2000.
Oh, I knew it. I called it.
I hate it.
Okay.
I'll be okay.
He just turned 18.
I'm glad this isn't a girl group.
Yeah, right? So, Golden Child, they're new. They've had 3 albums, or 2 EPs and 1 single, 3 singles, Dam Daddy, It's You, and Let Me. And they're new. So,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with them, as I've seen them like in one Weekly Idol episode.
yeah, that's what we were all
exactly
saying.
what I was just going to say. I don't know any of their music, but I wanted to point out that when we Googled and you could, on YouTube their like most played things, it's like very appropriate that the number 2 most watched videos of theirs are from Weekly Idol.
Yeah, they did a combo episode with Weki Meki, and it's a great episode.
It is a great episode, but I think I only watched the Weki Meki half, and then I was just like, I don't care about this other group, and turned it off. I don't think I watched the whole
Yeah,
thing.
same.
So sorry, Golden Child. Maybe after this music video, I'll go back. Let's find out.
Okay. So here is the most popular video is Dam Daddy, their debut single, and it has 3.3 million views. And here we go.
Not bad.
Oh. This is very summery. Oh, I've seen this before. I have.
Those are very short shorts.
Gym
they are.
shorts. Oh, yeah.
I remember this music video. It's really cute.
They're like playing baseball.
Yeah, I guess the premise is they're at a school. Different types of gym activities. Oh, man.
Oh, I thought he was going to hold his hand. I was like,
Is
oh,
it-
wait.
Harmonize.
This is exactly the kind of like
That's a fun dance.
bullshit candy bubblegum boy pop that I love. I could really see myself getting into this group.
Yep. I know, it's upsetting. I was
This
about,
is a
I was
probably
about
a
to say, like,
problem.
hey, there's a 17 and a Pentagon video that is exactly
That is
like
very
this.
similar
This
to
is
this.
exactly-
Yeah.
I know about this.
Rap breakdown.
Always. K-pop essential. I like this song though.
That one kid is running like Naruto. I appreciate that.
It's because they're young.
Yeah.
They can run.
One of them's 25.
That's true. One of them is 25. But one of them is freshly 18. So I'm going to need them to put longer shorts on.
Are they just students in this?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think it's
They're
just
nice
They're just
boys.
working out. at
Nice
school.
boys?
They're just nice boys. And I think one of them is trying very hard to be good at baseball. And the plots of said 17 and Pentagon videos have led me to believe that at the end he will use his new baseball skills.
There it is.
Yep.
There's the baseball uniform.
Oh, maybe they
Gene
were
Tong.
all helping train
does
this
that
one
say?
guy. Oh, nope. Because there's enough of them to be an
all on
entire
the
baseball
baseball
team.
team.
That's how many there are.
Ooh.
Fireworks.
Let's go. Oh, is he gonna pitch?
It's gonna hit a home run.
Oh, that's nice.
I want to know where that scene is supposed to be. Like, I thought at first that they were on a boat.
I like their dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I also like that they have their names on the back of their jerseys. That's always helpful.
Wow.
Look at all those takes. How many are there? 10, right?
10, yeah.
Oh, I counted 11.
Man, that
How
guy's
did I do that?
dabbing really high.
Yeah, whoa. Well, that was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, it's a fun summary video.
Yeah, very summery.
It's very summery.
Oh, maybe Angelica, you were right. There is a past member, so maybe there were 11.
Oh. There's already a past member. They've only been around for a year.
I mean, that happens.
That's
It
true.
happens.
I know.
It happens a lot.
Yeah,
It does.
It does.
It does. But anyway, that was Golden Child. Welcome to K-pop Golden
Yay.
Child.
Hello, Golden Child.
But also stay
luck.
away from me until some of you are older.
one of them's 25.
But the rest of
But
them
the rest
is the
is
problem.
the problem.
Just
is the
find out which
problem.
one's 25 and
And
lock
then-
on that guy.
Yeah, maybe I'll just wait a few years.
we're good at
you know what?
waiting.
I have a lot of other boys on my plate right now, so
That's why I think it's like I like watching Girls' Generation. They just had a new song come out because I'm like they're all
yeah,
They're
all
adults.
women.
Yeah, they're adult women,
Yeah.
and that song is great.
Yeah, I like it a
Super
lot,
into
and
it.
I feel the same way for A Pink.
Yes,
they're all-
A-Pink is my
That's her number
ultimate
one.
girl group.
Their new song is really good.
It is great. So on that note, like, do we have, this is when we give weekly recommendations to our listeners of something that we think they should listen to or watch or whatever. And mine was going to be that specific episode of Running Man, but now I don't. So now I'll just say it should be that Girls' Generation song. It's their
Little
subunit.
Lil Touch.
Lil Touch.
Lil.
Yeah.
And then subunit is called GG, which I love. It's
Yeah.
such a good group name because there are only 5 of them left, and one of the words for 5 in Korean is oh. And they have a song called like that's old, and then so many of their songs just have
yo, GG.
So I love OGG as a name. It's really great, and I'm happy to have them back and have them doing things. So
Yeah, that music video is excellent. The song's
beautiful.
kind of weird.
Yes.
But I was into it. By the end of the music video, I was sold. And then when I rewatched it, like from the beginning, I was like, okay, I
the
get
chorus
what the song
the
is.
hook is really good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is really good.
I like it a lot. I'm a fan of all 5.
yes,
Do you have a recommendation? Like something that listeners should watch
or listen to
or listen to?
listen,
We usually recommend a song, but it doesn't have to be a song.
A song. I don't. I'm right. Oh. I don't know if it was like very well received, but D&E came out with a new song recently.
Okay.
This is 2 members of Super Junior,
it's-
the
oh,
ones we
okay.
talked about earlier.
It's Donghae, who
Donghae
you
and
appreciate
Eunhyuk.
after you came back from
Donghae and Eunhyuk.
Eunhyuk. Both not freshly out of the army, but like are out of the
Close-ish.
army. Yeah.
Fresh-ish.
It's a pretty fun song. I like it.
What is it called?
I can't remember.
I'm Googling
okay.
it right now. Hold
yeah.
on. D&E.
They do a
Super
little.
Junior.
They do a little bit too much like popular dance moves in it.
It's called Bout You.
About You, but
About
it has
You.
a fun. It's like a
Yeah.
kind of has a fun trap kind of feel. It's pretty good. And then also watch if you guys like, just like a quick Running Man episode. If you guys want to watch, the episode with Ginny that got like a bunch of views.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's 2 episodes with Ginny. The one with Jisoo and Jenny.
Okay.
And then she came back again because it was so good.
She was so
Because
endearing.
she did it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. I'm going to recommend something that me in the present time of this recording has not seen yet because it does not exist.
Okay.
But something that I can guarantee the me that exists at the time that this episode is aired has already seen this probably 20 times and
That's
definitely
lowballing it.
cried twice.
What is
That's
this?
a guarantee.
Yeah?
And it's going to be Chanyeol and Sehun's We Young.
Yes, girl, yes.
Music video. That comes out, I think, September 14th. And by think, I mean I know that that's the day it comes out. And it's my heart is pounding
I
really
know.
fast right now just thinking about it. very upset.
There's only
Anyway,
behind the scenes
it's
teasers.
like
We don't even know what it will be yet.
Oh, I know exactly what it's gonna be, and I just shook my head so hard my headphones came off. Like, I know what it'll be. It'll just be Chanyeol attacking mercilessly, and I
And you're over it
can't
already.
stand it anymore. And I haven't even seen it.
You're flexing your whole body right now.
He
So
really gets to her, like really,
I don't
really
understand
like what it is about
why
him.
he makes me feel this way, but he
don't know.
makes me crazy.
That's insane. I don't know if I have any.
Join me in my crazy and watch We Young. It's an SM station song, and I hate it.
There you go. Great.
Cool.
Chuck, do you have anything to plug or any social media handles if you want our listeners to find you?
You can find me at Chuck Maa on Instagram. You can find I have a sketch team, a little sketch team. We put out videos on Facebook. It's called 7th Grade, spelled out. It's with my crew, like my old dance buddy Gio Lee. He doesn't know any K-pop. I keep wanting to do a K-pop video. He keeps not wanting to do it. But 7th Grade, please follow, like, subscribe, whatever. And yeah, that's about it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so very
Yes,
much for
thank
coming.
you.
We really appreciate it.
We'll have you back when we talk about more love lives.
Love lines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am super into them, and it makes me. One of the things that bothers me the most is that like the K-pop fans in general don't like it.
Oh, I've
I love
been
it.
crying actual
I'm like-
tears
yeah.
about this
I'm
stuff
like
this
80
week.
chats.
So
do you know what I heard though? You know Isaac, the kind of Olympic competition.
oh yeah,
they did?
that All-Star, the one that all the people get really mad about.
And you know what I heard?
That everyone fucks at it.
No, I don't.
Oh, 'cause I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that they date. A lot of them go on dates. Oh, yeah.
I heard like there's like a story like from years ago about like someone and a manager like going at it so loud in a bathroom that other people heard. That's like a long Isaac rumor. But what were you going to say?
love
Is
it.
I hear
big
like a
story?
lot of idols like end up dating each other from that. Which is-
Great. Then
Perfect.
do it.
Yeah,
Enjoy
do
your
it.
young lives.
Seriously, like
Yeah.
you work so hard, you should be working it out in the bedroom too.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Singery gave Blackpink advice recently on an episode of that show I was talking about with Kim Jong-kook, and he told him he was like, yeah, you should date. Like you have to sing love songs, and you have to fall in love to sing love songs.
Yeah.
But he's like, but don't get caught. I got caught all the time. But you guys shouldn't get caught.
Sure.
Oh,
did.
yes, he did. Yes, he
Okay.
did. All right,
well,
we gotta
on
wrap
that
this up.
note, we got to go. So if you want to find us at AMA K-Pop Pod, Twitter and Instagram, amakpoppod@gmail.com to send emails, amakpoppod@tumblr.com for all of the links, and Ask Me About K-Pop, the podcast on YouTube. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Chongyun, you're our inspiration.